Ebro in the morning, Laura Styles, Rosenberg, and Pow Wow, baby.
Already, baby. What it
Pow
do?
Wow.
Hey.
Slab God's the new release.
Yes, sir.
For those of us not familiar, what is a slab?
Slab, that's what we call our cars when we fix them up our Texas style way. You know how we do in H-Town. Like still tipping on fofos, sitting sidewall back in them. You know, we still do it like that's how we do it down in Texas.
I love that. So now listen, Paul, it's very excessive what you've done with cars and jewelry.
Yes, sir.
He doesn't play.
He's not playing around. So let's start with cars.
Yeah.
How many cars do you have right now?
Right now, well, I mean, this on the street, I got about 3, but you know, total, I got 2 more that's in the shop that's getting worked on. One of them is a completely rush job, complete do-over from head to toe. Some of those are the funnest ones because then you can make it completely unique, completely yours. You can make it different, or you know what I'm saying. We got a lot of ideas to do some stuff different. I done had over 20, 25 slabs over the years, so you know what I'm saying. After a while, you kind of like, man, let me do something different that ain't never been done before. So you go searching on the internet for different roofs. Like there's a new.
You sound like Flex right now.
Yeah, I love these cars, man.
You ever bought a car on eBay?
Nuh-uh.
Have you? What's the farthest you've ever driven to actually pick up a car and bring it home?
Well, Los Angeles to Texas, but my homeboy gave it to me, so it's like a little bit different. But that's probably the farthest though.
That you ever went to get a car?
Yeah. Other than that though, man, you can find a lot of great deals, man, at the junkyards or just around Texas. Texas is so much country. Just you can just take a ride in the country and you can just come up on a win.
How many times have you just been driving through Texas and seen a car parked in someone's yard with the grass growing around? And you go to the door, cold, just knock.
Yeah, I did that before, and sometimes they say, "Get the hell off my property! It's not for sale."
Shotgun.
Yeah. That be the funny one because you're like, man, how much is it? I wanted. How much is it?
Name the price
right now. Yeah, and they're like, nope, it's not for sale.
That's so real. Yeah, my pops used to do that. My dad,
really?
Yeah, my dad was an auto mechanic engineer, and he would like hook up cars in the neighborhood for all the gangsters. So I would be like, Dad, we're not stopping. He would see like an old Suburban. He would get up and his half broken English and try to negotiate.
Yeah.
Sometimes he would do it too.
Pero necesito
But he would
Como
do
se
it.
dice?
Laura, shut up! Cállate!
So this album, Slab God, that you have out, is available everywhere, right?
Yeah, on iTunes, a couple CD shops here and there, you know what I'm saying? But we definitely got it, baby.
So now we've covered cars. Paul Wall Enterprises also consists of what else?
Man, it's a lot of other things. We got I got a vodka company called Deluxe Vodka, 7 times
Everyone's
distilled.
in the vodka game.
Yeah.
Why is that a good business for everybody? Is it so cheap to make and the markups? Like, what's the business here?
Well, I think number one, there's a lot of liquor companies out there that need spokesmen, so it's a free check for a lot of people. First of all, that, and then also, me personally though, I don't want to, with Deluxe, it's not something I'm endorsing. It's something that I own. So it's something that we started from the very ground up. It's this is something that we have. Anything that I'm enthusiastic about or passionate about in my life is like, man, I want to own it. I love jewelry. I want to own a jewelry store. I love car. I'm gonna own a Cadillac dealership one of these days. You know what I'm saying? Or I just different things like that. I love clothes. The clothes I like to wear, I must have my own clothing line. I'm gonna wear my own clothes. I might wear other brands too, but I'm always gonna rep for my own, and I make sure my own is something that represent what I like. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with vodka. I don't really drink a lot of liquor like I used to. You know what I'm saying? But growing up, that was always something that, man, I wish I had a liquor company some type of way. So we came up on this Deluxe vodka.
Where did you go to get it made? Like, did you have to go to Mexico or?
It's made in Belarus. It's my friend, my partner who own it with. He's from Poland. He came to America. He grew up in Chicago and in the Milwaukee area, back and forth through his teenage years. And then the recession hit him and his family moved back to Poland. He was born in Russia, Poland, all that area over there. So you know what I'm saying. When he went back to Poland, he started. They went back to the family business, which is a slaughterhouse business. And one of their main people who they sell they meat to is a big distributor. He has a couple grocery stores. He actually owns like 30 grocery stores in Italy. And that's the third partner. We three ways partners on this, and it's just something we had an idea to do, man. Let's do this, man. We want to do a vodka. We found this distillery who was making this private stock vodka for the dictator of Belarus. And we just I don't know how they talked him up on letting us get in on it. If it had been me showing up with grills and tattoos and slab, they'd have been like, nah, not for sale.
We have the dictator of Belarus. Who else can we add?
Yeah.
Paul Wall.
Yeah,
it's only that makes sense
to me.
Yeah.
So how's the grill business right now?
Man, the grill business has been great.
You look as shiny as I would hope. When Paul when he walked in,
you had expectations.
I would say it was because I never met Paul Wall before. He's
really?
He's on a short list of rappers.
Two white guys in the game, never
met ever.
My boy.
Yeah, pleasure to meet him for the first time.
Wait a minute. Maybe that's why people like you and
not so much.
I want to stay away from me.
Yeah, that's a good point. That dap, or just delete the dap we just did.
Yeah,
so when Paul walked in. Had you met Paul before?
No, it's my first time.
Wasn't it one of the least disappointing? Like, he looks exactly like Paul Wall.
Like the Bible. Where's my Paul?
Yeah, where the Bible head at?
Yeah. He's around here, isn't he?
Yeah, we definitely have one of those.
Man, chilling in the cut.
What, you've seen him before in the video?
Yeah.
Someone took Paul?
It might be in Nuff's desk. He might
Don't say someone kidnapped baby Paul Wall.
I got another one in the mail. Don't worry. I got you.
Yes,
I got you.
We need that.
Ebro, what's happening back there?
That's so
Who'd
tight.
you find?
Disappointment.
Nacho Libre.
Yeah, man.
Paul Wall or Jace-esque. It's not even close. But when Paul walked in, the shine looks clean. So tell us about the business. I know it's a major business for you and everyone goes to you. Tell us a little about where it is, how it started, and how it's doing.
Me and my boy TV Johnny, we've been doing it for a while now. We got a few stores down in Houston. We definitely do wholesale too for other jewelry stores around the country, around the globe. The Grillz kind of have came and went over the years. Of course, they've been around way before I ever wore a grill. They've been around. But, you know, it's something that I always wanted as a child. I wanted a grill, and I saw how expensive they were. So I was like, man, you know, let me work for the guy who make them, and then I can get at least know the price so I can get a discount and work it off or something. So that's initially what I did, and from there, we just kind of just grinded it out and, you know, just kept going with it, never stopped. But, you know, the trend of grills, like being like a national fad or whatever, it kind of came and went. You know, for a while, it got a little corny because it was corny people wearing grills, so it just made grills like represent something that some people thought looked at as corny. So it kind of went away for a while out the mainstream, which is a good thing. But even at its low point, we still were always selling at least 75 grills a day. You know, I don't think we ever did below 75.
How much is a basic grill? Someone comes in, they want a basic iced up grill.
Well, it's like saying if you want a car, how much is a car? Well, you can
of course.
You can get a Rolls Royce or you can go get a Ford Focus. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
based on the quality of the metal.
Gold and the diamond. So for instance, if you want a 10 carat is like the lowest quality of gold. Now there's some jewelers out there who whip it up and give you 7 carat or 6 carat. They'll give you some whip now, but we don't do nothing lower than 10. We do 10, 14, 18. But we do 10 carat gold, something like that. Solid 6 at the bottom is gonna run you about $300. So it's not, you know, you can get an affordable grill. You know, you can put some diamonds on there. You know, it might cost you however much. One tooth you can put $50 worth of diamonds. Or you can put, $5,000 worth of diamonds.
What's the most expensive?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Man, most expensive that I'd never had is probably this one right here. It's about $25,000. The most expensive we ever did is somewhere up in that range. Probably new one we did for Johnny. My boy TV Johnny. Man, over the years, man.
TV Johnny's lit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's one of the benefits of having your own grill company is that you can be your own guinea pig. You know what I'm saying? So we several times over the years we come up with an idea or we see something that ain't never been done. Why haven't this been done? Let's put diamonds on top of diamonds, or there ain't never been no baguettes that are invisible set. Let's do some invisible set baguettes, or just different things that different color stones or putting letters in there, just different things that we just hadn't seen. Let's try it, and a lot of them come out looking whack. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them
we never want anyone to see it.
Yeah, a lot of them we take that picture and we don't never post that picture. But, some of them, man, they come out looking good and we end up, changing the game with it or adding something to the game. But when we do something like that, it's never for our own benefit. Like we don't do this to say, hey, look at something new that I came up with. It's more if we just giving it to the game because we hustle too. So it's like, man, hey, we got something new to hustle. It's a new way to get your diamond set.
Have you ever made grills for Beyonce?
Yeah. Beyonce, Jay-Z, definitely two of the proudest grills I think we made. We made some for Jay-Z, say R.I.P. B.I.G. Yeah, that's tight. Yeah. We made a few. We made some for Beyonce. Definitely, that's something you take a lot of pride in because you want to make sure her mouth is perfect.
Now let's talk about collecting on credit. Because I know in the jewelry game, you hear some nightmares where you as Paul Wall and TV Johnny out here hustling. Yeah. And you guys want somebody to wear the grill. Yeah. And they make a request. Yeah. And you say, okay, make said grill. Can you send us the deposit? Is that how it works? Is it a deposit and then? Well,
the way we do it is you send us a deposit or you pay a deposit and then we make it. And then when you pay the remainder, you get the grill. But a lot of times you get burnt because somebody, I got it, it's coming. And you just like, all right, you just believe them, give them the benefit of the doubt. Next thing you know, you make it and then they go to jail. We got a lot of grills on display from people who went to jail that are like some high quality, we probably got over $100,000 just on display from people who went to jail. And that's just in one store, you know what I'm saying?
And you can't sell, and they're too expensive for the average person to buy.
Well, not only that, it's custom fit to the person's mouth. So it's like we can, and then at the same time too, a lot of the price and the cost of the grills goes to the diamond set, and it's not actually on the cost of the gold or the diamonds. That the gold and the diamonds will always have that particular value, but it costs just as much as the cost for the gold and the diamonds as it is to set the diamonds. You know what I'm saying? So we pay the diamond setter. Once we pay him to make one grill, we got to pay him. We melt it down. We can make another one with it. Well, we did that before.
Gonna cost you.
Yeah, but it's gonna cost us more. You know, it's like we still do it sometimes. But
what's the most money you've lost?
Like, man, okay, I didn't on Grillz or something like that. I tell you, man, I had a little stash where I kept my grills every now and then. Because the other thing too is when they high quality like this, high price, you don't want to just eat in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to just treat it like your regular jewelry. Like, if you have a necklace, you wouldn't your watch. If you have a brand new, you know, the new 39 millimeter Rolex, if you dip your Rolex in a cup of coffee, and then you go dip it in a plate of lasagna, and then you go dip it somewhere else in a hamburger, some chili fries. You know, it's not gonna be just shining right. So it's the same thing with your teeth. So if you are eating, if I'm drinking coffee or I'm eating nachos or something, or I'm, you know, chili fries and, you know what I'm saying, lasagna, it's not gonna look right. So I got to keep them clean and pristine and crisp, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes we take them out when we eating or whatever, or we might put them on the side or something to get clean or something. So a couple times I took them out of my mouth and threw them away. That didn't happen several times, man. So if you riding down the 101 in L.A., man, it's a set of grills somewhere over there.
Damn.
That you just chucked.
Yeah, man, I thought it was my food. I'm throwing out the window for the birds. Just, oh, man, I threw my grills away.
Yeah. That is the worst. So the ones that people wear day to day, are they always ones that people take out? People don't ever have them put in fully, like, and they don't come out?
That's the traditional, like the old school way of doing it, where you get your teeth filed down, you get them glued in or cemented in. But not too many people do it like that anymore for a few reasons. For number one, though, the number one reason is
it's psychotic. Number one, it's psychotic. Number two, sorry.
Now, I mean, if you balling like that and you're gonna put $50,000 or, you know, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on your teeth, you want it to look right. It's a day-to-day management thing where you got to buff it out every day. You got to brush it every day. If you got them you signing up for something more than just, it's not just a necklace you throw on when you're getting clean. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you get them put in there permanent,
it's not
you
like
got to really take care of it. Yeah, because when you smoke or even just something as simple as drink soda, if you do it, you know, a few times, it's going to tarnish the metal. It's a precious metal. So it's going to tarnish that metal, and it's going to go from looking, you know what I'm saying, gold to it's looking copper. You got bronze in your mouth. That's what it look like. All you got to do is just hit a buff rag with it and clean it, and it's going to look brand new. But you don't want to do that on a daily basis. It get annoying after a while.
So if you went right now, if you went in the other room and you wanted a soda real quick, you popping them out and put them in your pocket?
Nah.
You drink a soda and buff it out later.
Me personally, man, I just like live for the moment. So I'm drinking Starbucks with it. I'm eating lasagna. All of the things I tell you don't do.
Grillz. You like, I just get another one.
You feel me?
You know,
that's how we do
he
it.
said if you're balling. What he's telling you is, I'm balling.
Hey, I'm
Yes.
fine.
Hello.
We gotta talk about with Paul. One thing I said to Ebro before you came in that I think is real interesting with you is, you know, as far as being a famed rapper, I never heard real conversation about you being white. Like, you didn't really get white boy treatment as far as the main masses.
Yeah,
there was something about.
And when you say white boy treatment, you mean like snide remarks, people doubting him.
like just being like, white boy, or he's posing.
Yeah.
There was something about your authenticity that people always saw as completely genuine. Number one, I wonder if it was always that way, and what it was like early on. And number two, I also want to ask you about some other people, and you know, if people compare you and things like that. But coming up, did you get a harder time?
Coming up, I didn't get a hard time from my community, but like if I went to like the upper class neighborhoods or something, then I would get like people that would look down on me or would talk down on me or say things. Like I remember one time me and you know, I can't remember how old I was, maybe like 18. I was, you know what I'm saying, at the mall. We got an ice skating rink at the mall or something. I'm on a date trying to mack this broad down. We ice skating, somebody, you know, a white dude walk by, say some, you know, foul stuff and spit on me. And I went up there trying to whoop his ass. I'm trying to find him from whoop his man. What this boy done spit on me because I'm with a black girl, or she was black and Mexican. She was mixed. But you know, I'm like, man, what's up, man? Like I'm trying to fight this dude. He took out running, but I'm like, man, what's up? This is the type of stuff that I do have. I have experienced some things, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's always from not the hip hop community at all, or not the hood, or any minority communities. It's always from like upper class white people looking down on me.
What's your? Do you have any family that's like that? Like,
they look down on me. Like, I don't.
Or do you have any family that just wouldn't identify with your experience at all? Like, do you have white family that just lives randomly in some white suburb in Oklahoma and they see Paul Wall like this is a crazy cousin Paul?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. We're pretty much estranged from the most of my family. Like, you know, me and my sister are close. My mom, my stepdad, but other than that, my grandparents, my biological grandparents passed away. My dad's side of the family, he was addicted to heroin. I hadn't seen him since I was 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? His whole entire family, they was a, pretty big family that, he was addicted to heroin, a drug addict, an alcohol addict. He was abusive. And so when he was doing this thing, all in was nowhere to be found. So, here and there, most of the family that I have, man, is just friends who, they now your family because they're your friends and you've known them so long. So, but I mean, I don't know, man. My mom, she always was, she was real open with me about a lot of things, about being realistic about yourself. And, so for rap as a career choice for me, she was proud of me. She encouraged me. Definitely she wanted me to better myself. This was my dream. She pushed me to do that. But there's also that reality factor of bills got to get paid. And if rap ain't paying your bills, well, you got to find something that's going to pay your bills. And if rap's going to be your hobby, then that's your hobby. But it's not your job if it's not paying your bills. It's, different. So I always had worked, 2-3 different jobs, had hustles, or just did whatever. You
still do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that her telling me that, you can follow your dreams, but you also got to work. That just, instilled that hustle mentality in me to have multiple hustles and just to go get it.
Now, Ebro, I'm going to bring you into this question. Ebro had very strong opinions about Riff Raff. From the same neck of the woods.
Yeah.
On sight, to someone who didn't know any better at all, they could think something similar about Paul Wall and Riff Raff. So, number one, obviously we know Paul is much, much, much different. But does someone like Riff Raff coming along offend you in any way? Maybe you know him and don't feel that way, but I know Ebro definitely felt a way about him.
I'll chime in after you. You say your part, I'll say mine.
It's man, it's like a give and a take. It's like, man, I'm up in the air about it a little bit because when he's, him growing up, coming from, around kind of the same area as me, then it kind of means something because it's someone who's kind of, I look at it as maybe following my footsteps or, something like that. And he always say in his interviews, I'm his favorite rapper, how he, he's inspired by me, he look up to me. So it's hard for me to, knock somebody who I'm their favorite rapper or, so if I wasn't his favorite rapper, then I might feel different. But since I'm his favorite rapper, it's like, that's my boy, not exactly, but you feel me? But
yeah, of course.
You don't want to shit on him.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, at the same time too, man, his style of rap that he does, or especially that he was coming up, he kind of has changed a little bit just because he's been having some coaching or having people, he just stepped his game up a little bit. But when he came out, the style of rap he was doing was a style of rap that we did, me, Slim Thug, Mike Jones, Chamillionaire, and even before us, all the Screwed Up Clique did. So that was like a stepping stage in our career. So me and Slim Thug, Chamillionaire, Mike Jones, we was rapping like that when we was in high school. So we grew out of that. So we, if he wants to still rap like that, part of it is, well, we happy that somebody is picking up the torch and carrying the torch, because other than him, it was nobody rapping like that no more because we left it alone. So, that was cool to have somebody carry that torch. You know what I'm saying? And then for me to be their favorite rapper, but I saw the interview like everybody else seen the interview. So if
you watch the interview, like I didn't start off in a bad place. I was trying to learn from the guy.
Yeah, you genuinely didn't know.
And I didn't know nothing about you, and tell me about your story, where you from. And then when he was trying to double talk, like I get offended when you double talk me. Like now you talking to me like I'm stupid. You see this watch, you see these tattoos, this is real. Yeah. That's not what I'm asking you, bro. Like I'm not from Houston, right? But I've talked to Chamillionaire. Yeah. I've talked to Paul Wall. I know who Slim Thug is. Like we've had conversations. They come from a certain fabric in a certain neighborhood, and they grind it in a scene, right? So. And
you also were speaking on behalf of hip hop too. The interview, a lot of people, people felt different ways. Some people felt like you were being a bully. Some people were like, yeah, get them. But either way, you were speaking, you have a responsibility doing what you do. You speaking on behalf of hip hop. And a lot of people, the same questions you had, a lot of people had. Myself, I had. I met them before I, seen them in passing, but I didn't really know them.
And part of hip hop culture is your fabric.
Yeah, for sure.
Where are you from? What are you about? And
what time have you put in?
And and we want to understand if what you're projecting and the images that you're putting out there is really the world, because his image is from a certain type of world, right? Which is really what. So when he's double talking me, that's when things got funny. And then he was like, I'm nice with these freestyles. And then y'all know I was like, I can't play these. I mean, and then at that point, tell me it's just a joke, right? I like Andy Milonakis, right? I laugh at that. That's funny to me. The little crew they had, 3 Loco, was Dirt Nasty. That's funny to me, right? Like, I get the joke. But when I'm in the middle of trying to understand if this is a comedy skit or if it's real and you're not, I got
to tell you, though, most people, and I don't know about your experience, Paul, most people, and I've been around Riff Raff a bunch of times, I think he's a nice dude, but a lot of, at least my experience and other people I've talked to, can't quite tell where the line of reality and performance ends.
Yeah, it's very
And I've been
blurry.
in his trailer at a concert, hanging, like, when he played me music, when his puppy was this big, so cute, by the way.
I know.
And you know, me and my wife we're hanging out with this puppy all day. And a nice dude, but like, it's hard. It's a very blurry line.
Even in the interview, I said, you seem like a nice dude. A dude I would hang out, smoke some weed with, and drink with. I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from.
You know, in hip hop, man, it's a different type of level of standard. You know what I'm saying? Standard practices than the rest of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like in pop music or, maybe country music or, any other form of music that I could think of. Someone can write you a song and all you do is go out there and sing it, you the star, and that's okay. But in hip hop, we have different type of level of standards. You have to, like you said, you have to come from somewhere, you have to stand for something, you have to be about something. You know what I'm saying? If someone else writes your raps for you, people don't give you the same type of level of respect. Not saying, I ain't talking about no Drake, Quentin Brown, none of that type of stuff. I'm just saying, like just as a whole.
Oh, no, you are.
You are. You're not dissing them, though.
No, I'm just mean like as a pop artist is different.
Yeah.
Like a Britney Spears, like no one expects Britney Spears to write none of her music. You know what I'm saying?
Just entertain us.
Yeah, it's entertainment. So that's one aspect of it. But hip hop, true hip hop enthusiasts, you know what I'm saying? We who uphold the culture, you know what I'm saying? We got to make you stand for something. If you coming out, you can't just be a pop artist saying something else that someone else done wrote, or you just putting on an act for the camera or any of that. If they do, or we sense something like that, we gonna question it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you did.
Ebro,
Yes.
the female wannabe version of Paul Wall just walked in behind us.
Oh my God! I can't believe you
with
said
her
that.
grills.
You didn't bring your grill down here today, did you? Marissa, you want to say hi?
Mendez, would you-
Marissa
What's up,
Mendez,
Marissa?
come say hello.
She doesn't want to get on the camera.
You're not camera ready? You're not camera ready? All right, well,
Hey.
afterwards, we're going to see if Paul, maybe you guys talk about getting a real grill. Because yours,
Already.
Oh
hers
my
is
God.
repug.
I know it's not the best. Hey, Paul, it's my first time meeting you, but can you talk to me about your? Stop being mean to her.
Yo, your grill is shitty, bro.
Stop being
That
mean
is
to
a piece of
her.
I gotta upgrade you. I'm gonna hook you up.
He's
I'm
the
gonna hook you up. I'm gonna hook you up.
Marissa. Anyways, my first time meeting you. So can you talk to me about your relationship with Kanye and how Drive Slow came to be?
Man, that's something I look back at, 10 years ago now. It's 2015. It's a huge blessing. And it just goes to show there's things that's happening right now that you don't realize is such a big blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, y'all go on, you know what I'm saying, where y'all gonna be in 10 years? I'm gonna be like, man, I was interviewing with them. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's just how, because it's still a dream to me, man. It's my dream job. You know what I'm saying? Every aspect of the game, of the hip hop game, or being a rapper, I love this. This is my dream job. So I go to work I'm happy to wake up and stay late after work or work overtime, because where else would I be? You know what I'm saying? But with Kanye, we first met at a King Magazine interview photo shoot. It was like me, him, 20 other people. It was up and coming kings of that year or whatever. And that was the first time we met. And he came in the room. It was, a lot of rappers in there, a lot of MCs. There was music being played, DJs. It was all kind of, the upcoming kings of the year, all different types of walk of life. He busts out a freestyle out of nowhere, and he say, "Man, ain't no
Happens
rappers."
in a lot of stories. It's Kanye just rapping in front of people.
Yeah, he just walk in the room, bust out a
Trying
rap.
to get his props, man.
I know, he was
not
fighting
playing,
for it.
man.
Yeah, and that's a good thing, man. It's a good thing you bring up, man, because Kanye at that time is different than at the time people. He still was respected or whatever, but he's not the global icon that he is today. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, like you say, he was trying to earn respect. So he come in the room, bust his freestyle, and he say, "Man, all these rappers in here, man, ain't nobody else gonna rap. I thought this was a rap function, man. Ain't no MC, but I'm from Houston. You can't call me out on the mic like that, man. We freestyle
gonna
like
rap,
that and on
right?
sleep. Yeah, so I went right back door him and came with something. And I think for me rapping after, I think we both respected each other a little different, because that's we both real about being MCs. You know what I'm saying? We not just writing something that somebody else just wrote in the corner for us. But so we did our thing, and then that's just how we met. And then it was like, man, you make grills too? Yeah, let me make you a grill. I made him a grill. And then he had a nice grill too. He spent $20,000 on just his bottom piece. Just the bottom.
Okay. And this is a long time ago.
Yeah,
remember that
yeah,
piece.
and go, yeah, for real. And but the song, man, Plain Pat was his A&R at the time for Def Jam. Plain Pat, he also had tried to sign me, but it didn't work out for whatever reason. But he was a cool dude. We stayed down. We always kept in contact.
He's a good guy, Plain Pat.
Yeah, for sure. And he reached out to me. He was like, "Hey man, I know you've been messing with Kanye a little bit, man. You know, I'm a fan of you, so I'd love to see you and Kanye do something. We got this song, we got this beat. He might use it, might not use it. He might put you on it, might not. Might put some, ain't no that's a disclaimer in case I drop some whack bars. You know what I'm saying?
Or it's phenomenal. It just doesn't make the album.
Yeah,
right.
right.
Because that happens all the time too.
Yeah. But I did my thing to it. He sent it to me. I did my thing in the studio in Houston. He was like, "Yeah, that's cool, but come lay it out here in L.A. I like what you did, but I want you to lay it in the studio with me." So I, came out to L.A. I think we were at the record plant. I can't even remember where we recorded, but I was upstairs. Nas was downstairs. Me and GLC upstairs working on it, and it just was definitely a memorable experience. Even the video, having Hype Williams shoot the video, it was it's something I'll never forget, man. I definitely feel very humbled and blessed to be able to have been a part of that.
I mean, and that is in a career that is filled with highlights. Drive Slow is a Kanye highlight.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you're on a
dumb.
highlight.
Yeah.
So Paul Wall, more money in the bank now or then?
Definitely now or in the bank right now.
Like
I mean,
Or in houses.
Yeah. Because in the bank, I mean, I'm investing a lot of my money, so I got equity, but I got a lot of money. I got over 100,000 cases of vodka going right now.
Yeah,
so we got equity. We got some stuff going. We got clothing lines, all that kind of stuff. But definitely more money now.
So why put out Slab God now? Like some people question, like if you're doing well with business, you're doing all these other things. What is music? Because I could answer the question for you. I just want you to do it. Why music?
Well, music is my first love, of course. My passion. It's what it's my dream job, like I said, man. But specifically though, Slab God right now, man. I feel like I put out a few mixtapes over the last few years. They've been more underground. I've been trying to keep my music more underground. Just recently, so I can hone my craft in, and every artist, when you go to a mainstream level, you get somewhat tainted or watered down, or just your brain gets clouded by all this new stuff that you learning. So it's hard to take it all in and still, stay true to your music, and not only stay true to your music, but put out some jamming music. So I said, man, let me take a little step back, go right back to the drawing board, man. And for the past few years, I've been doing that, putting mixtapes out. I've been just getting better on my bars. Me personally, I feel like this is the best album I ever made, man. Musically wise, the tracks on there, the verses I spit, the bars, the metaphors, everything, man. Yeah. The concepts. But this album, Slab God, man, when we ride in Houston, we ride in our cars. Houston is spread out geographically, so that's one of the main places we listen to a lot of our music. Now, me, I'm a little older. I don't go to the clubs. I don't go to the strip club. I'm married. I'm making it rain on my wife. You feel me? So I don't go. I don't go to the typical places that a lot of the youth might go to, or just normal people might go to. I don't go to the club. I don't go to strip club. So, but there's definitely in Houston. There's a area that's been left out for a while now, and that's people who ride in their cars, man. We bumping and we parking lot pimping, whatever, or we riding to work, whatever, man. We want to hear good quality music. We don't always want to hear music that's
just for the strip club.
Yeah, just for the strip club, or you screaming on the mic, or you talking about getting drunk all the time, or whatever. And now me personally, I make that music too, but that's not what this music is. This music, I wanted to make an album that was just something different. The first song on the album is called "Swinging in the Rain." It's produced by Scoop DeVille. This album, that song "Swinging in the Rain," we recorded back in 2010, but like I said at the time, man, I'm like, man, how am I gonna put out? I didn't know what to do with my music. I was in a crazy place, so I just held on to it because I knew the song was special, but I ain't want to waste it and just throw it out there because I don't know how to do my thing. I'm not a CEO. I'm an artist. I never wanted to be a CEO. I want to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in the meetings, responding to emails back and forth, talking to people, setting up art. Man, I don't want to do all that. I want to be an artist where I go in there and create and do my thing and do what I want to do.
So this is so really. I mean, this was you just put this out. You just wanted this to be out.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And you're going on your promo run,
Yeah.
But really, if people find it, they find it. You just wanted it to be out.
Yeah, I don't, man. I don't care at all about how many albums it sell the first week. This music to me is something that means something to me. This is the greatest music I feel like I've ever made, and it's not just something I came out of. It's something I've been working on for a while, and I've been getting better like the last 2 or 3 years. Every verse getting a little bit better. Every delivery getting a little bit better. How I changing my flows up is getting a little bit better. So I just feel like this is a combination of all of that. But at the same time, man, I wanted to do something that was different in music right now, because you know, in hip hop, man, everything is the same, and that's cool. But when everything sounds the same, as an artist, you go in the studio with pressure on you to sound like that. But I don't want to sound like nobody else. I want to sound like me. And if I have an influence from other people, that's cool. But I want to make music for me, or music that I can stand for. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this is about. It's music with substance. It's speaking on things, not just all the songs ain't all. It's not all about, you know, tipping on 4/4s type of music. You know, it's not all about cars. But the theme of the music is something that you're going to jam in your car. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to want to ride to it. Because it's the type of music that you're going to ride, and you might put something in the air to. Or you might think about your homeboy that passed away, got killed, or your partner that's in jail, or your mama that's sick from cancer, or just things like that, you know, mean something to you in your life. You know what I'm saying? This is something that this album will bring up those type of feelings in you. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm looking through the track listing. Great to see Currency and Devin the Dude on the record.
For sure.
I want to play that because Devin the Dude is arguably one of the most underrated artists in hip hop history.
No, you can say history.
Definitely.
Sure.
Definitely.
What I don't see, and I see Trader Truth.
Yeah.
Snoop. I respect that.
Snoop Live.
Would you ever work with Chamillionaire?
Oh, hell yeah.
Slim Thug. And what's that relationship like right now?
Man, Slim Thug, that's my bro. I talk to him all the time. We got a lot of music we in the process of making. We make music all the time anyway. You know, he just happened to not be on this album. He was on the last two, though. Chamillionaire, too. He another one where, man, me and him, he not on this album, but I hope he'll be on the next one. I hope we and him put the album out. He still got
those riding dirty checks, too.
Yeah. Man, this boy Chamillionaire invested in an app. They sold the app. I don't know how much he invested in or none of them numbers, but he invested in this app, man. Next time you talk to him, ask him about this, and then ask him if I can get a check for telling you about it. He sold his app for $500 million.
No.
500, man.
What app is this?
That's what I'm trying to see. Why you ain't tell me about the lick when you got in on it?
So are you trying to tell us right now that Chamillionaire is literally a chamillionaire?
I don't know what that means. He's a multi-millionaire.
Yo, we gotta get Chamillionaire up here to hear that story.
Man. Yeah, man, for real. He tell
you just trying to be near the money now, Ebro?
We need to get standing next to it. Just get as close as I can.
We need to get Chamillionaire online, get him take us out to eat or something, man. You know?
Wow, that's crazy.
That's my boy, man. Yeah, but
he's still out here writing rhymes and spitting.
But see, for him too, like, he thinks differently than a lot of other people. Like, he'll never put out an album ever again just to spite a record label. Like, he that type of artist where, you know, like.
And that deal is still in place, right?
I don't think his deal is still in place, but it might be. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't think so, but he's also the type of artist where he don't like people making money off of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they sold that album for $500 million, you know what I'm saying? I got a good sense that he got a good portion of that.
497.
Yeah, he don't want nobody making money off of him. You know, he'll make money with you, but he don't want to do something like. And so music, he look at that as his property because he made that. So this is my property, and I'm not licensing you my property for you to pimp it out and, you know, tarnish what it mean to me. You know, and I respect that because, you know, when you're that passionate about your art. And it means something because a lot of people don't care. They just do whatever, say whatever, and just go out there and live whatever, you know what I'm saying? They don't care at all about the art of it. That's one thing that you see in hip-hop. There's not like a lot of accountability in hip-hop. There's no like reference checks, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's just how it is. And the next thing you know, everything sound the same. And everybody out here walking free pass without getting questions for saying what they saying, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, for Chamillionaire, me and him, I definitely... I was real happy to see that he got that check because then that just let me know. Because in my mind, I've been thinking for a while, okay, one day me and Chamillionaire, I think God going to put it in his heart or my heart sometime. One day we going to do another album or something. Hopefully it ain't too late when don't nobody care no more. You know what I'm saying? But as long as we care, that's really what matters. But, you know, I always felt like something was going to happen, like somebody might pass away or something good might happen. Somebody might have kids. You know, anything could happen that could just change your perspective on life or on a situation. And me and him, it ain't nothing like major that's keeping us from working together. We have songs together, but like an album, just the pressure from fans or the industry or the expectations or, you know what I'm saying, or we just two different type of artists in our career. At the time, back in the days, we was children, you know what I'm saying? So we grew up together. We was a lot alike, but we grew up and kind of grew apart because we walked different paths in our life in different directions a little bit. So, you know what I'm saying, our styles of music have changed a little. Although we are a lot similar, they've changed a little bit, you know, from especially my style has changed from now how it was back then. His style's changed now from how it was back then. So the expectations of what the music's supposed to sound like, You know, man, it's just something we don't want to deal with. But you know, you never know. He got that 500 million. He don't care. He don't give a damn what nobody say.
And you too. I mean, like that's the beauty of like someone like you coming by, because you know sometimes we have people coming by who are vets who aren't doing great. Sometimes we have people come by who were just like putting out music to put out music, and that's the best. You know, when we get to interview someone who we know is doing great and they just want to make music, that's a fun interview because no one has to feel bad for Paul Wall. Because you know, inherently, when people haven't heard from you a minute, they're like, "Oh, you know, so and so they fell off." I'm like, no, they just don't really worry about making records anymore.
Man, like I said, man, growing up, man, the childhood I have, you know, not having a big family, it's just my mama and my sister, and that's it. And then my grandparents, and they passed away. And my mom remarried. I had a stepfather. He raised me, and he taught me what it was to be a man. But there always was that sense of, man, the greatest thing I always wanted to achieve was to be a father and a husband, and be a good father, a good husband, someone I could, something I could stand behind. My mama would be proud of me, not be proud of me because I got a particular car, because I won an award, but be proud of me because I'm taking care of my kids. Be proud of me because I'm a stand-up husband. You know, so that's something I always wanted. I remember having conversations with people like Slim Thug or Chamillionaire, and we talking about what our dream cars are, and I'm just saying, man, I just want to have a family, man. You know, but I mean, it's different. Slim Thug got 20 brothers and sisters. You know, he got over 20 brothers and sisters, so he comes from a huge family.
He's probably like, yo, check this out, family.
I have enough family.
Yeah, Slim's like, bro, you can have come my family, yeah, for real. You know, but
how many kids you got?
I got 2. I got a son. He's 9 years old. My boy Will Wall, my boy.
Will Wall.
Yeah.
That's so tight.
And then my daughter Noelle, that's my baby girl. They call her Baby Doll Wall. That's an internet.
Baby Doll Wall, for sure.
That's the internet gave her that name.
That's so good.
And then my wife, her sister passed away last year, and her daughter, she lives with us. We take care of her too. My niece Chaslin, Chaz, my girl.
She don't get a wall?
Yeah,
we got to get Chaz a wall.
Wall, yeah. But she's 15. She's about to be 16. So
wow.
That's definitely
That's
been a different approach to my. It's just changed a lot, you know, because having kids is one thing, but when you have a teenager coming,
well, you jumped into. I mean, first of all, you had obviously a tragedy you have to deal with.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have to get your wife through that.
Yeah.
Then you have to get your niece through that, and you
too.
still are. I'm sure it's still a challenge every day.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you jumped right into having a teenager in the house too.
Yeah.
But I guess you were ready for that.
Yeah, this is something though. Like I said, man, this is something I always wanted. It's something I didn't know what to. You know, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. When I said I wanted to be a father or a husband, like, man, I feel like I was so immature for thinking that way because I didn't even know what it meant to be a father. You think you know, I could be a good father, a good husband. Man, you have no idea until you experience it or until you see it firsthand with something I hadn't done. So, you know, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but that's something I wanted. I didn't want to be like an artist where I'm cheating on my wife on the road. She got a side piece at home, and you bringing people by the house. I don't want none of that going on, man. I love my wife. When I met her, it was love at first sight. She still, to me, is the most beautiful woman I ever seen in the world. So I ain't trying to mess that up. You feel me? I'm trying to go home and get me some.
Yo, I'm just watching Scotty Beam. Are you legitimately crying? Or is there a lump in your throat? She was literally almost like. That's a very nice story, though. You don't hear that in here every day, man.
But I'm saying though that you know, so for me to take a step back away from mainstream or the limelight or even putting out music, it was easy, hands down, because I'll give it all up in a heartbeat. You know, I'm proud definitely of the accomplishments I had, and you know, I'm definitely, you know, I got a nice resume. You know, it's not the number one resume in the rap game, but you know, I'm proud of what I've done. I feel like I can do a lot more, but at the same time, man, I felt like God was putting it on my heart to go be a husband, go be a father, and the rap game will be here for me. And God showed me that as long as I work and I work toward being a better rapper, I can be a better rapper. And that's what you get with Slab God. It's the best thing you ever heard from me, Pow Wow.
I just want you to go into the Houston Texans locker room and have this same speech about them getting a quarterback. What's going on with your Texans, bro? What's going on with that quarterback position? Y'all ain't been able to figure that out in a minute.
It's tough times,
man. They did not. They made a dumb decision to not go out and get one this offseason. They should have known that they didn't have that.
You know, something that we've always wanted since the existence of the Texans is a marquee quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Guess what? I got a good friend. I got a friend. He happens to be on my team. He's not playing.
They're not using him.
They're not using him. He's from Texas.
Oh yeah,
His name's Robert Griffin III.
Okay.
I feel like Houston should consider that for next season.
You know, we were Vince Young, that was our boy, man. You know, we was proud to see him, man, do his thing. We wanted him to come to the Texans so bad. So even, throughout the end of Vince Young career, we always was like, man, hey, Vince Young there, man, let's go get Vince, man. He's still there.
Exactly. Well, listen,
same thing with RG3.
Yeah, Vince was an Austin guy. RG3's a Baylor guy. Could be interesting. But anyways, Paul, very happy to meet you.
Paul Wall has a record out at Slab God. You can get it anywhere and everywhere. He's still slanging those grills. And as you can see, he's doing very well. Paul Wall.
Yes, sir.